Hello guys, mabuhay! Welcome back again to my video reaction guys. Thank you very much for the people who's like and subscribe in my video reaction and in my channel guys. Thank you very much guys. And for those who is still not subscribed, please like and subscribe in my video reaction on my channel guys. Thank you very much in advance guys. And you can also follow me in my Instagram and in my Facebook guys. Thank you very much. So further ado, let's enjoy and watch the video.
Is the fear of statues. It's a pretty rare fear to have, but when a statue moves, I think anyone could develop it. Number 15. Claims of the Chinese Guanyin statue blinking inside of the Lingqin Temple are apparently real if you believe this video. Sometimes this blinking effect happens from shaking the camera, but at 42 seconds the phone is still and the statue still does it. I also hear temple bells, so this could have taken place during a ceremony. However, I'm pretty sure that this blinking is from a grainy video. The background looks to be moving in a similar way to number 14.
Yeah, maybe an effect, maybe a CGI, or maybe it's edited, or maybe it's just a real person and make up like that, dress like that as a statue. We cannot sure that that it is true, but it's not also possible that it was true that it's moving its eyes. But there's no full evidence that statue can move any part of their bodies.
Statue seated on a throne seems to track a museum visitor with its head for 7 seconds as they pass by. The camera is shaky, so let's check out these still images. Here it is with its head slightly turned to look at him when he first enters, and here it is at 47 seconds looking at him from the center of the room. Approximately 20 seconds later, a different statue shown here is seen lifting its arm. Number 13.
There's some, there's some statue or some figures like this can move their body. Something looks like not statue, real a cement statue. Some of them is just a wooden, and they can be works by a battery that can move, for a show or for a parade, something like that. But I'm not quite sure that if it's true that it's moving by itself, and it's not by anything that people moving that one.
Statue of Sai Baba became a topic of mass speculation across India in 2016 when it was apparently caught shrugging its shoulders, causing a clothing article to come off. The obvious answer is that this clothing item simply came undone and fell off over time, but at 24 seconds the statue appears to possibly roll its shoulder to make it fall off. What's especially odd though, is that at 45 seconds, when everything seems to have fully unfolded and settled, the clothing article jumps off where the statue's hand is, didn't move again. There could have been wind currents from air conditioning or a draft to knock this loose in my opinion. Otherwise, it could have been a simple case of gravity and time. Number 12.
We're not sure that it's really moving, you're not quite sure that it's really the statue was moving. Maybe there's a rat, coming inside that shoulder of the statue and moving around the shoulder of that statue. Maybe a rat. Then make it that one to be fold down. The flower to looks like fold down, and it looks like the statue was moving. We're not quite sure it's really moving by itself, or maybe it's just a rat crawling in the back of that, and it looks like it's moving in its own.
This statue is said to move her eyes repeatedly. Thousands of people flock to see it, and some are saying that it happens here in this video. One person thought it might be blinking here. I definitely see it as well. Another person says her left arm moves. I don't see it, and I think those who do probably are getting fooled by unsteady camera work in my opinion. Still, thousands of people have visited this statue because apparently it moves, so maybe I'm the one who's wrong. Number 11.
Yeah, maybe it's really moved, or maybe it's just the camera, the one who's taking the camera. You know, the camera, and it up and down, and it looks like it's blinking the eyes of that tattoo. We're not quite sure that it's really true, and we're not also for us people, we're not trust or believe immediately with that one that it's really moving, the statue is really moving, or maybe it's just the camera, you know, the shot of the camera for that one, or maybe it's an structure of the uh, statue. Some statue now or some toys now can move their eyes, you know, or maybe like that. We're not quite sure that if it's true, but for me, I think it's just only the camera.
This video was taken during service at a chapel in the Mexican city of Saltillo in June of 2016. They zoom in on the statue on the wall that just, well, opens its eyes and looks at them. My first thought was that the camera coming into focus is probably what makes it look like it's opening its eyes. If not, this could also somehow be a trick of the light, but then again, this still image taken at 1 minute and 4 seconds shows the eyes are totally closed. This image at 1 minute and 10 seconds is taken at roughly the same distance and shows the eyes are definitely now open. So my other guess is computer effects. Number 10. A statue.
Maybe it's a computer effects, or maybe just in the camera, or just the lighting, you know. But you know, I already saw this one before, and it's make me goosebumps. I'm not scared, but it's creepy. You know, looks the statue is moving your its eyes, then it's looking at the camera that looks like he knew that the camera was rolling, and it's open that the eyes. It's very creepy, and it's give me goosebumps, you know, when I first saw that, and it still give me goosebumps until now when I already saw it before. But we're not quite sure that it is really true, or maybe it's just a computer effect or an editing effect, or maybe it's really true, but we don't have any full evidence that some statue are moving, you know.
Statue jabs another statue with a trident in the middle of the night if this video is to be believed, which I have trouble doing, aside from looking like possible special effects because of the awkward way the statue moves. The way the camera mysteriously cuts out as soon as the trident makes contact is too much of a coincidence. This would be really creepy to see in real life, but that'd be the only way I'd be convinced that this video is actually real. Number 9.
I don't know if it's real. Maybe that one is not part of that statue. Maybe it's editing, and it's computer effect, and it looks like part of that statue. Maybe that is not part of the statue. Statue cannot move like that. Or maybe a human. You know, a lot of people now making themselves a statue, and to really make their self looks like a statue, a dress like a statue, make over all their body looks like a cement and looks like a statue, and they're standing still in the road that there really looks like a statue. Then when you're passing by with that statue, then they're starting moving, then they're pranking the people. So maybe that is a real person, and dressed like a statue, and make up with a statue like that, and it's moving like that. So we're not sure, or maybe it's really the statue. So For me, maybe unedited, or maybe a person that just costume as a tattoo.
In 2018, the Our Lady of Guadalupe statue in New Mexico began moving on its own, or at least that's what witnesses say. On 4 separate occasions, the statue has been caught crying tears of sorrowful joy. These tears do not dry up, and in this case were visible the next morning, which would mean that the statue is continuously crying overnight. A close-up shows that the tears come from a realistic angle. She's holding her head slightly so they would be coming from the middle of the eye instead of the corners. A scientific analysis of the tears revealed that their chemical composition is the same as a special olive oil used for ceremonies. What do you make of this situation based on the video and this evidence? Real or fake? Number 8.
The tattoo is really real, but that crying tears, I'm not quite sure. There's a lot of posting now in the Facebook, in the YouTube. Lady Mary was crying, some of them crying blood. So we're not quite sure if it's true. I don't believe, but we don't have any explanation, full evidence to why it was crying tears like that, why it's crying blood like that. So we're not quite sure why it's happening like that. There's a lot of question and argument for that.
This video resolution, which is fairly good quality, or at least better than most, catches a statue moving its eyes. From 8 seconds to 12 seconds, the statue has heavy eyelids that are almost shut. The person recording stops for a second to adjust the lighting, and that's when the statue apparently opens its eyes. Well, this would be bizarre to witness in person. I think this moving statue is a simple camera trick using angles and lighting. In the beginning, they record the statue at an upward angle with low lighting to make the eyes look more closed, but then they record at a downward angle with more lighting to increase the level of detail and make the eyes look more open. It's an interesting trick, but I doubt it's real. Or at least, that's what I think. Do you think it's real? Number 7.
For me, I think it's not real. The statue is real, but they're just doing a trick of the angle of the camera, it's not really real that it's moving the eyes. I think the lighting they're flashing the light of that statue make it looks like the eyes was moving, and the angle of the camera, that how they make it looks like it's open its eyes, but I think it's not real.
A viral video happened on Good Friday when a statue moves its head during a song. It's creepy how everybody is staring directly at the statue when suddenly it just lets its head drop down. What I find hard to believe about this video is how nobody in the crowd stops singing or says anything out loud when it happens. They just continue as if this is normal. If this is real, then maybe they got caught up in the moment and inspired by the statue moving, that they continued singing. Number 6. This giant...
Maybe the head of that is a little bit loose already. Maybe that statue is already so old that it makes maybe the neck and the head attached is getting loose. That's why that time it's making it loose, so it looks like for the people looking at and record it looks like it's moving its own. So maybe it's just the head is already loose, it's maybe the statue is already old and it make it looks like the head is moving like that.
Statue was once caught in Vietnam. A huge group of villagers form a long line up a mountainside to catch a glimpse. The person hangs back and zooms in as much as their camera allows. First, they all start singing at 1 minute and 54 seconds. And by 2 minutes and 24 seconds, the giant statue has apparently come to life. Translate if you can. At 2 minutes and 33 seconds, the statue seems to extend an arm out and gently embraces the crowd. But now the cameraman is in tears as he and his family watch the stone robes become soft and weightless as they flap like angelic wings. Did her stone robes really turn into fabric, or was something put over her? I think if this was a sheet, then everyone would notice and no one would be impressed. At 3 minutes and 58 seconds, you can see a hand just barely peek out from under the robe as it gives a modest wave. By 4 minutes and 35 seconds, the mysterious waving hand is gone. The statue has returned back to normal and does not move again. Number 5.
Maybe it's already dressed by white dress. The people there already start to make it dress white dress. Then the wind is coming from that surrounding. Then it looks like moving the hand, but it's only the wind and the cloth, the dress that it's wearing. So it's in the far. If you're recorded in so far, so maybe it looks like it's really moving. I thought in the first it looks like dancing, but it looks like only the cloth or the dress that wearing of that statue is the one making it move. That's why it looks like moving.
A family thinks they could have possibly seen a statue move while visiting the St. Joseph Oratory in Montreal. You have to look closely at the figure on the right at the very beginning of the video, or you'll miss what they're talking about, specifically its hands. They say that the statue is actually clapping with joy. The other one isn't moving, and they quickly cut to a third statue that isn't doing anything either. Only one is. I'm sure some people believe them, but I think this effect is almost certainly because of their phone more than anything. It's called pixelation, a term used to describe fuzzy or blurry sections of low quality video. They could have been looking at vacation videos later and genuinely mistaken the pixelation for movement, so I'm not accusing them of making it up. Number 4.
I'm not quite sure. That one looks like only the camera, the way it's moving like that. Maybe the flickering of that camera, because the camera that one is using looks like it's not on high quality. So I think it's only the camera that it makes looks like the statue clapping its hand. So I think that video is real, but the way it's clapping the statue hand, I think that it's only the effect of the camera. It's moving and it's not in high quality.
Did this statue move? Writes a person in the comments section of this marble statue video. Some other people agree. It does, but I can't say that I necessarily see it. At 45 seconds, this Snow White statue maybe looks like it sways slightly, if you look hard enough, but that has to be camera movement. Maybe this is what they're talking about. What do you see? Number 3. A paranormal...
I don't see anything. How many times I just focus it, but I don't see anything. Maybe people just imagining too much and creating story like that to make it looks like advertisement for that product to make it sell more. I'm not accusing them to do that, but it looks like just like that. Maybe people making a story like that to make it more popular. But I think how many times I focusing it, but I can't see that it's moving.
Investigator goes to the Oakwood Cemetery in Huntsville, Texas to try and make a haunted statue move. He tells it to move its palms up, but they look still as can be to me. How about you? The investigator has one last simple trick to see if this statue has any potential for movement.
I heard something over there.
So is this just the sounds of the forest, or is there something more going on at the Oakwood Cemetery? Number 2. On July...
There's no images that it's opening its hand or something. That's just nothing, There's nothing that images that opening hands or whatever what they're seeing. Maybe it's just the sound of the forest. It's just nothing in that video.
28th, 2019, the Redeemer statue in Brazil sprouted a heart with beating chambers and began to rapidly shrink and expand, or at least that's what certain people want you to think. In reality, this is a projection to raise awareness for heart problems. I just wanted to set the record straight and let you know that this is fake. Let me know if you were fooled in the beginning, or if you knew all along. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've
I did not know for a long, but I just see it's moving. I thought that is a clock, then moving in the wind like that, doing like that. But I think so when it already explained, so I already see why it's happening like that. It's projector for doing like that, and that images that making its hand in other direction, that is really a big 100% fake.
made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. A crowd gathers to sing in front of a statue. After a while, her mouth begins to move as she mouths the words of the song with them. Over 100 people agree that they can clearly see the statue blink and sing with joy. I would have liked to have seen this happen with a high-resolution camera. Until then, I think that this was probably just video grain, creating the appearance of movement. Get ready, we're gonna take a
Yeah, that's a thing. We're not quite sure it's really moving its mouth. That tattoo is really moving, or maybe it's just the quality of the camera. Because the camera, we're not quite sure it's very high in quality, as I said earlier. But we're not also saying that maybe it's true that it's really moving its mouth. Maybe it's a miracle. I do believe in miracle, but we don't have any full evidence that it's really moving its own mouth of that statue. So we're not quite sure. We are 50-50 here. So that's all for today, our videos. Okay guys, that is the end of our video reaction for today guys. Thank you for watching and joining me in my video reaction for today guys. And please don't forget to like and subscribe in my video reaction guys. And you can also follow me in my Instagram and in my Facebook guys. Thank you very much in advance guys. And for the word for today, a garden without its tattoo is like a sentence without its verb. Okay guys, that's all for today. Have a God bless everyone and have a good day. Bye.